I always understood it to be like, do something that is meaningful and comes from a place that you can be proud of.
The thing that keeps me going back is just that there's always a new door you can open. It's like the very first time that you plugged in a guitar and played with other musicians.
Music has just made me feel different than I've ever felt about anything else, honestly.
It's just 5 people in a room with the same purpose.
The fact that I haven't found all the sounds, and maybe I won't ever find all of them, is a plus.
Okay, tour is so much fun. It's like living as hard as you can for one night in this one place and then getting to start all over in this new state, like 300 miles away, or like this new city, like however, like 6, 7, 12, 14, however many hours you have to drive to get to your next show.
It takes courage to do that, to be broke and poor and with 4 of your best friends and drive somewhere really far and hope for the best. I mean, I think we all 5 of us are a little different. Some of us love writing and love pushing ourselves and creating all this, captivating all this awesome stuff on record. To me, my favorite part is definitely performing, driving somewhere and performing. And the feeling of somebody, like when you're playing and you connect with somebody and you look at them straight in the eye and they're just, you know that they're really humbled and enjoying what you're doing, it's priceless to me. It's unbelievable.
I wouldn't take back anything. I would love touring. I still want to tour so much. I don't want to stop at all right now, but you know, a lot of people I think have like different misconceptions about it just because they just think, yeah, it's awesome as shit. It is an awesome road trip with your brothers or family or whatever, but at the same time, you know, it's a lot of close quarters for a lot of people to be in at one time for weeks and months at a time, and then factors of jobs at home and just not having money ever. It's just gets pretty crazy, but I think it's worth it. So
it's that much more incredible of a live experience if you're creating something new on stage and the people in the audience, they know that it's something new. It's something that is never going to be seen again. It's something that was created especially for that night. You know, the music goes out into the air and it's gone.
At least in the beginning, it was that slight, like, you know, butterflies in the stomach thing. But at this point, it's just, we're gonna go do this. Let's have fun. So, I don't know. And then I usually by like 15 minutes in, I forget that there's anybody else even there, and it's just the 5 of us up there playing. And I can close my eyes when we're at practice, or we're in this huge room or whatever, or, you know, crappy bar as the case may be. But yeah, so we'll basically just, we jam together, like regardless of the situation, we just play together and have a good time.
Look at your gotta bang the shit out of
Is anyone outraged? Anyone at all? Anyone outraged? Anyone that can't see through this wall? Tell me what you were thinking about. Tell me, let's put this fire out. Tell me what you were thinking about. Hold it. Let's put this fire out. Telling the rules you once obeyed, they now sit within the grave. Dead man's liberty. Let's put this fire out. Let's put this fire out and burn it. Mattresses explode and burn
Really, when I started doing music, you know, my parents bought me a 4-track, and I was recording on a 4-track, and that was early on when I was really first starting to write my own music, and I was writing music with my older brother, and we were, you know, trying to put original music down.
Just growing up, I used to be that kid who you would just hear one of these dudes just tapping from somewhere, and you look over, and I'm that kid just fucking banging along wherever in any public place ever.
My dad bought my sister a guitar for her like Sweet 16 or whatever, and she never played it. And he was just sitting there like he was just hanging on the wall looking pretty, I guess. And my uncle just picked it up and went to town. And he wasn't really that good. He was just like, he's just a talented person, very musical. Like he can make a beat out of anything. Yeah. And he just started playing, and I was just, I was captivated by the fact that he was holding everybody's attention, you know, like without even being like a real guitarist. He just sat there and would play the same 2 chords and make random songs out of it, and everybody was just so stoked on it. I was like, I gotta be able to do that. So literally the next day I picked up that very same guitar and just started teaching myself how to play.
I've been playing drums pretty much my whole life. When I was a little kid, like I was definitely the kid in the high chair with the silverware and the pots and pans and whatnot, so I did that whole thing. My mom refused to buy me my drum set until I was 13 because she thought I'd grow out of it, and that didn't happen.
The first time I ever picked up a guitar and started banging on the strings, I was 3 years old. Whenever we said we wanted to play music, both my brother and I both, Dad gave us this really old Mel Bay book with a bunch of chords and scales in it that he bought in like 1960 something, and that's how he learned to play. And he just told us what the basics were, and he put this book in front of us and he said, read that, come show it to me when you're done. If you really want to play, then we'll keep on talking about it.
So I still have my first electric guitar that was like $100, like just a pawn shop guitar. I mean, I fell in love with it. I started playing, and I would just seriously play for hours and hours and hours watching TV, and I would put it down for 5 minutes and watch TV and be like, oh, I gotta play again, and just pick it up and just keep playing until I have blisters in my hands.
Started joining bands when I was 14. Played all through high school with a bunch of different people, always really good friends. That was actually something that was really important to me. I never really wanted to play with anybody I didn't know and develop a relationship with.
It's been a connection musically with other musicians that I probably have never really experienced before. I think playing with musicians at a status and a level that I've always wanted to be on and wanted to play with has helped push me and make me a better musician, and that's what all 4 of the other guys do. All of us are, the guys are incredibly talented, and they push me and make me a better musician every day, every practice. So
I don't think it would be, I mean, it would be kind of silly. Like, we're trying to be artists. We're not trying to just, crank out just anything. Like, I always understood it to be like, do something that is meaningful and comes from a place that you can be proud of.
It's either do music or, I don't know, or do nothing for me. I don't know. Have 1,000 cats.
Quattro.
There's a suit in the basement, boy. A dress in your closet, girl. Dust it off, put it on, we're going out to make the best of what we had. To make the best of what we had. It turns me on to hear song playing. The blacker the heart, the bigger the star that you know. I am your star. I think I am your star. There's a suit in your coffin. There is nobody there. Dressed in your
what it does for me. It's like language without morals, or there's no right and there's no wrong. It's just a expanse of sounds, and I love sound, and sound is so fascinating to me.
Like, I hear patterns in my head. I hear a part, either something complex or something simple, but I don't hear it as like, I hit this however many times and this goes over that on this one and this one. It's all one part to me. It'd be like when you talk, you don't think about how you're moving your lips and your tongue and your jaw individually. It just happens.
Yeah, I'll just hear this like very, very specific note, and all it takes is just grabbing the guitar and finding it, and then figuring out exactly what's going on in here.
I like just the experience of going to something that stimulates me in a way that I've not been stimulated before. It's like, take this one idea and then augment it and continuously make it better and better and better. And it doesn't have to be one thing. It can constantly evolve into something bigger and better. And that was what I wanted to do with music, and that's what I wanted everyone around me to be doing with music too.
One little organ part, one little quattro part over something or anything like that, one little ukulele part can change, I think, the feel of a song or a section of a song entirely. And music has just made me feel different than I've ever felt about anything else, honestly. I mean, one song can make you feel so many different things and so many emotions.
I love it when bands do that to me, when I'm not aware of something, and then, a bit later I figure out, I'm like, oh my God, listen to that one eerie guitar feedback that lasts half a second. So, it's all about captivating what you're hearing in your head, I guess.
If you only listen to one thing or you only do one thing, how are you going to grow? How can we make this different? Okay, that's what we could do. Now, what can we do to make it better? That's the easy way. What's the more interesting way? What's the more artistic way? What's the better way?
I think I'm getting closer to that point where you can hear the influences, but you see a different side to the coin that wasn't visible.
I think the five of us combined, all of our influences pulling from each other, playing off of each other, just formed what the Inevitable Eye is. And I think the same about our new stuff. How all of our tastes have changed, and music, everybody's getting into different things, and I think it's the same process. It just happens organically. Everybody just kind of pulls what they're really influenced off of at the time.
Songs are organic, like they're always going to change. When you record them, it's like taking a photograph. It's like it's captured in that moment, but afterwards, playing it live, it's gonna kind of twist and turn and do something different.
I think I'll be this way when I'm 60, if I make it there. Just always keep finding new things and make noise with it. We all know we're not making money. That just doesn't happen to many bands. It's important to keep things interesting. Always feel like a kid. You gotta always have that spirit, I guess.
I think you've got to be honest, and I think you've got to just write the best songs you can and hope to God that they fall in place. It's one of the few times I can say that I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know.
I think all of us, it's just a combined, all of our musical tastes as they grow and change and we get into new things. It's a really natural progression for us, and I don't know, I think it's pretty perfect.
I've always wanted to write my own music, and I never cared to learn other people's music. It's about trying to find a voice and make something for yourself that might break boundaries, and occasionally it can be pretty revolutionary.
So Harvard's been this really long, ongoing project, and it's just so much bigger than 5 individuals coming together in a room to write music. And there have been so many people who have contributed to the band and supported us, and both in our hometown and on the road. And I want to take the time right now to recognize how grateful and appreciative that we are for this entire experience that we've had as a band. Yeah, it wouldn't have been possible without everyone involved. Can't even tell you how much we appreciate it. I mean, yeah.
Resolve on a better chord. Think well all the things you learned and be bold. Realize if you're getting old. afraid, wants to be a child anyway. So we traveled through the crowd, shook hands, took a bow. We traveled through the crowd, made our way. We took our hands, went to the beach, made homes out of cardboard sheets. We saw this love, we had it tough, but I had nothing to do with it, nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it, nothing to do with it. If I lose this bag, I'll be the bones. If I lose this bag,